Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're a fan of all things construction, and I mean everything, from the foundation to the final coat of paint, you are in exactly the right place. This channel is all about breaking down how we build things. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to join our community. Today, we're getting into a big one, a complete step-by-step guide to building a house right here in the US.
Okay, so let's jump right in. The first thing that really hits you about American houses, especially if you're from a country where, say, brick and concrete are the go-to, is the wood. Just so much wood. And that one simple difference, believe it or not, changes the entire game.
So that's the big question, isn't it? Why wood? Is it just a style thing, or is there something much deeper going on? Well, there's a whole story here tied to history, economics, and just plain practicality. So let's start unpacking it.
What's so wild is how these four things are all connected. It really all started with tradition. European colonists came over and used what they knew with the materials they had, which was tons of trees. This, of course, kicked off a massive, efficient lumber industry, which keeps material costs down. And here's the kicker. In a country with high labor costs, being able to build faster with wood saves a fortune. So now the whole system, building codes, contractors, you name it, is built around wood frames. It's this massive self-feeding loop. But hey, just because wood is king doesn't mean it's your only option. Not at all. It's so important to know what's out there. So think of this next part like a menu for your build. We're going to look at the four main ways you can construct a home. First up, we've got frame construction. On one side, you have your classic wood frame. It's the go-to for a reason. It's affordable, it goes up fast, and it's way easier to change things up later if you want to renovate. The trade-off? Well, you have to worry about things like termites, rot, and of course, fire. The alternative is a steel frame. Now, this stuff is a beast. It's stronger, totally pest-proof, and way more fire-resistant. But you're definitely going to pay more for it, and you'll need a specialized crew to put it together. All right, now for the heavy hitters, solid construction. You've got masonry, which is your brick or stone. Think of this like building your own personal fortress. It's incredibly durable and amazing in places with bad storms. The catch? It costs a lot, takes forever to build, and good luck trying to move a wall later on. Then you have the iconic log home. I mean, you just can't beat that beautiful rustic vibe, and the insulation is fantastic for cold weather. But it's also expensive, and you have to be ready for some serious ongoing maintenance. And you know, this brings up a point that's just so important. Whatever you build with, safety's everything. US building codes are no joke when it comes to fire resistance. This means using special materials like Type X drywall, which is extra thick, and fire-resistant insulation to slow down flames. And get this, not only does this make your home way safer for your family, it can actually lower your homeowner's insurance premiums. A total win-win.
So you've been thinking about materials, you've got some ideas swirling around. What happens next? Well, before anyone even thinks about digging a hole, you have the pre-construction phase. This is where your dream home goes from a sketch on a napkin to a real, honest-to-goodness plan. I know, looking at this list can feel a little intimidating, but breaking it down into these 5 steps makes it way more manageable. First things first, you gotta set your budget, period. From there, you can find your land and get your loan sorted out. Once the money is lined up, you finalize the actual blueprint, and then, and this is key, you hire your team.
And who's at the head of that team? The general contractor. Think of this person as the captain of your ship. They're the project manager, the one who oversees the whole show. They hire all the specialized pros, your plumbers, your electricians, your roofers, and make sure everybody is doing what they need to do on time and up to code.
Okay, the plan is locked, the team is ready, and now for the best part. This is where the magic happens. All those plans and budgets start to become a real physical structure that you can actually walk through. It's pretty amazing to watch.
The build itself follows a really clear sequence. It all starts with pouring that solid concrete foundation. Then, up goes the frame, the skeleton of the house. After that comes the sheathing, which creates the outer shell. Once that's done, the plumbers and electricians come in to run all the pipes and wires before the walls get closed up with insulation and drywall. And then finally, all the fun stuff goes in. The flooring, the cabinets, the countertops, all the things that really make it your home.
Okay, everybody lean in, because this little tip right here is maybe the most important piece of advice in this entire explainer. Waterproofing is everything. Seriously, water is the #1 enemy of your house. Making sure your roof, your siding, and all your wet areas like showers are sealed up tight is the single best thing you can do to protect your investment for years to come. Don't cheap out on this.
We've seen how it's built, we've talked about the choices, but let's be real. The biggest question for most of us always comes back to the money. So, what's the bottom line? Let's get into the numbers.
So as a general starting point, you're probably going to be looking at somewhere between $100 and $400 per square foot. Yeah, I know, that's a huge range, right? And that's because so many different things can push that number up or down.
This table really puts it all into perspective. Let's say you're building a 2,000 square foot house. With a basic wood frame, you might start around 200 grand. But if you decide you want that dream log home, you could easily be looking at double that, maybe even more. Your choice of building material is, without a doubt, the single biggest factor in your total budget. But it's not just the main structure, right? All these other things can really move the needle on your final cost. Location is a huge one. Building in San Francisco is going to cost a lot more than building in rural Ohio. A full basement costs more than a simple concrete slab. And of course, your taste in finishes, think marble countertops versus laminate, will make a massive difference.
Now, if you're watching this and getting a little sticker shock, here's a fantastic pro tip for you. You should really look into prefabricated or modular homes. Because they're built in a controlled factory setting, the process is way more efficient. And that efficiency means you could slash your final cost by as much as 30%. That is huge.
So there you have it. We've walked through the why, the how, and the how much. We've given you the complete blueprint. The only question left is the one that's most exciting, the one you get to answer for yourself. What's your dream home going to be made of?
Hey, if this guide was helpful and maybe got the gears turning for your own project, do us a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out more than you know. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today, and we'll see you on the next one.